Hey everybody, welcome to A Focus on Business, and guess what? I have got more great people for you today. We are going to talk to Drew and Christy about their great product from Zilis. Now they're ambassadors, so that means they're good at what they do. They know their products, they know how it works, and why you should be using it on a daily basis. So with nothing being said, tell me, Drew and Christy, who you guys are.
Well, we are a local family. We've been in Florida for about 20 years. We've been married for right at 20 years. We have a daughter. She's just turned 18 years, and we've always been business professionals, just working in either the corporate world or maybe had developed a small business here or there that we were working on. And it's really that simple. We're just a normal family here in Florida, and we got introduced to this product about a year ago, and it really changed our lives. And come to find out here in the last year, it's really changed the direction and course of what we're working on and talking about really on a daily basis.
So what kind of background do you guys, you come from more of a corporate world or more of an entrepreneurial world?
A little bit of both. I've worked in the corporate world for other organizations, and I've also started a few businesses in a few different realms. So I've got some experience both being an entrepreneur and also both working for in a corporate environment for corporation.
Miss Christy, what have you been doing?
What have I been doing? Well, I have primarily been in sales my entire career, from television to medical and then real estate. And
television?
And consulting.
So yes. This is not new. This is not new stuff.
I did television advertising sales.
Oh boy.
For a Fox affiliate.
That's fun.
It was fun. It was great. It was a great gig.
You meet a lot of people, right?
Yeah.
So you are the structural side, and you have pretty sales out front of you.
I think that's probably a fair statement. Yeah,
man, very smart man.
If I can stay in the background and kind of work with the operations, but I got to be honest, I really enjoy being out there in the world and being with people. And part of my story was in the last 5 years, I was working with the corporation, and I was kind of in a little bit of a box, if you will. I was doing well, but I wasn't really getting out there in the world and the environment. And when this opportunity and this product came along, and things we'll talk about over the next little bit of time here, when it came along, it really opened up a whole new world for me to help a lot of people and really get out there and experience and be with a lot of people in the world. And I really do enjoy that part of it.
So it's Zilis.
It is.
Correct?
Yes.
Yeah. And you guys are the ambassadors. So what is the why? Why did you jump into that? Because I mean, you didn't just jump into it. You jumped into it, right?
Yeah.
We
so
did.
What was the catalyst that made that happen for you?
Well, I think
you want me to say?
Yeah, I think yeah.
I had been looking for some help originally for our daughter. She had a couple of issues, nothing serious to her health. In fact, the kinds of things that the doctors were saying, it was pain, but she was normal and there was nothing they could do to help her except put her on painkillers. So I had been trying to find something, and I came across a product in Colorado called CBD, which is a healing product, and it did help our daughter a little bit. Months, maybe even a year later, a doctor friend of Drew's from Indiana got in touch with us, asked if we had ever heard of CBD, and asked that our family try it, and sent it down to us. And that product that he sent did more than just help her a little bit. It helped her to 100%, where she overnight almost was better. So that did a lot for us. We started passing the product out to some other friends that we knew had pain and issues, and it changed so many things so quickly that we decided to jump in, get involved. We found out there was a little business opportunity in Florida, so we got a hold of it and started a little slow, but really became full-time involved about 3 or 4 months later, once we really saw what was happening with it.
Yeah.
Well, that's so it was your daughter that did it, and then you saw the business side opportunity as well as the health side.
As the health side.
Yeah, it really was the product first. I mean, we're a close-knit family. We're really in tune. It's the three of us. Our daughter's involved in a lot of athletics. She's in powerlifting and strongman competition. She does competitive horseback riding. She does very well in school. She's very driven, and we're very close and connected. And when we saw what this product did for her with what she was going through, the severity of what she was going through, and us just looking for a natural cure, something that could give her relief without resorting to some of the other things that we're being told that we would need to resort to.
Opioids and
Correct.
all that
You know,
kind of, yeah.
Right.
Come,
Yeah.
you know, so
For a
with-
14, 15-year-old
That's
child at
just
the
not
time.
good,
Right.
no.
No.
So, to all of Christy's credit, to research and find this, and then the way it was brought to us and brought to us through a very dear friend of mine, a doctor friend of mine, and then when we saw what it did for our daughter and that impact to our family, I mean, that stopped us in our tracks, you know, and it still gives me goosebumps. I can remember her walking down the stairs after the first night saying, oh my gosh, I feel fantastic. And it wasn't just what she was dealing with. There was sleep and other things, additional things that she was getting health from right away. So with that, it just has catapulted us in the last year to where we are today.
Well, just the horse riding and the powerlifting, those two right there just abuse the body.
Correct.
Amazing. I mean, it's just a lot.
Yeah.
Especially, I mean,
It's a lot.
I grew up on a farm as a kid, and we had horses, just riding the horses and bringing in the cows and stuff like that. 'Cause we had a dairy farm. You know, it wasn't mine; it was my grandfather's. So I understand. Just that, going to school after you did that at
Yeah.
4 o'clock
Oh,
in
it's
the morning,
brutal,
Yeah.
right?
you can't walk.
Right.
Yeah.
So and then so she power lifted on top of that.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
it was, you know, everybody says that swimming is one of the most overall body workouts. I think horse riding personally is
Right.
way more, because everything is tight and you're having to control. And then same thing with body. I mean,
Right.
you know, powerlifting.
Powerlifting.
Oh my gosh,
That's
it's
brutal.
all.
Right.
And so she started taking the product, and it was.
It was really overnight for her with some of the things that she was dealing with. She came downstairs and said, I slept like haven't slept in a long time. You know, and she was young, of course, but
Right.
and her issues were 100%. She was, I'm better. I feel amazing. So it was quick. It was really quick for her.
So it was giving her an overall body better.
Yes.
You know,
Right.
so it was because sometimes we don't sleep because of our minds just going 100 miles an hour,
Racing.
because
That's
we're
me.
dealing with pain and we're not feeling well. So you don't sleep because you're not tired. You don't sleep because your brain's and your body's going, hey, I hurt. I can't concentrate. So I'm not going to let you sleep either.
Right, that's
Yeah.
it. And I think that was for her. She would roll over and something would hurt, and then roll over this way and something else hurt, and so she wasn't sleeping.
Wow.
It was a little bit more of a physical, condition at that
Right.
time,
That time for
that
her.
we were seeing. And as we were learning, because for us, we didn't know what the product could do. We didn't know what its capabilities
Right.
or potential was. That really was the door opener for us to start to learn what all the possibilities are.
Right.
We've learned a lot more.
And for that years, I mean, I've got 3 kids, so I get it, and they're all 17, 20, and 23 and 24, and I know that all my kids, when they hit that 13 to 17-year-old age, they just grow, and just growing
Fast.
pains on top of
That's right.
mental stress, on top of
And
weightlifting.
they're under a lot of pressure.
Oh, they have people have no. I mean, and I guess it was different back. I didn't feel like that I was under that much pressure when I
I
was
think it's
that age.
different. I
But
think it's
today,
different.
oh my.
Yeah.
So now, do you take any of the products yourself?
We do, all of them.
See, because so you're not just. You're not okay, and I hate to say this because every time you say it, everybody's like, "Oh, it's affiliate marketing, blah 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 blah," and then most of the people don't even take their own product. They're just saying, "Oh, here you go, you should take this," but you actually know what it does.
Absolutely, we
Yeah.
do. I started taking it. For me, it wasn't as overnight as it was for our daughter. So
Right.
I had to be on the product for several weeks before I really noticed. And for me, I had severe tennis elbow that was keeping me from being able to pick up a cup or a pot in the kitchen.
Yeah.
She couldn't
And
lift her Starbucks out of the
I couldn't lift my
Starbucks out of the
Starbucks
cup holder.
out of the couple, and that's a problem.
Right?
That's a big deal.
That
Well,
was a
if
big
it's
deal
first
for
thing in the
me.
morning, that's the
You know,
first cup
It
of
was a
coffee.
big deal.
That's a life or death sentence
Right.
right there for you if she can't get that coffee.
That would impact a lot of people.
Yeah, so I started on this, and after a couple of weeks, I noticed that the pain went from an 8 probably daily, consistently, to about a 4. And that was enough. For me, it could have stopped there. I was happy. And I could work out again in the way I like to, so that was much better. And then I started noticing that my migraines weren't coming like they were. I suffered from pretty severe
wow, okay.
migraines.
Yeah.
So after a couple of months, I think my migraines are better, and let me try to take this if I do get one. And I noticed that it worked for the most part on my migraines, which was huge because I was taking a pretty serious drug when I would get a migraine that is damaging to your liver. And so I've cut back on that drug by probably 75-80% now.
That's huge.
Yeah, it's huge for me.
That's
really a big
you
deal.
see that in its own, it's a big deal.
Yeah, so definitely, I take that. I take the Dream. I'm not a great sleeper, so now with the Dream product we have, I take that at night. Great sleep.
They should just make one with everything in it.
There's so much to
I guess
talk
it doesn't
about,
really
but
work well.
we take them all. We laugh and say you couldn't peel these products out of our hands. I mean, we eat well. We take care of ourselves through.
Well, you both look very fit.
Well, it's always
work
been
out
a-
and
You look like,
eat
I mean,
well.
I wouldn't mess with you walking down the street.
Well, our daughter writes our training programs now for us, which
does.
is kind of
Oh,
cool.
wow.
We've come full circle. But yeah, being sound and fit and being able to take care of yourself, that was one of the first things main things we want to instill in our daughter and in our family. If you can do that, then you can be anything that you want to be in the world, whatever it is that you want to be. If you know how to take care of yourself and you know how to
Get yourself good.
Fortunately, that stuck, and I think that what a blessing this was when it came into our life. That's why it really hit home for us to see this natural product come into us the way that it did, and then do what it did at such an impact level, then to start to do what it did for her. And then the same for me.
Right.
I had a shoulder injury that I was really feeling like I was facing some surgery here, and I was taking the product consistently, and every week it just was getting better and better.
Hold that thought.
better.
We're going to come back after a break, and we're going to delve into some of your stuff,
Sure.
as well as some of the stuff that some of your people that are actually been taking the
Great.
product, because we really want them to know what this will do. So we'll be right back after these messages.
Hi, I'm Jerry from Hot Locks Hair Salon. We are conveniently located at 13414 US Highway 19 in Hudson. I've been a local hairstylist in our community for the last 34 years, 7 of which I was an educator. Our passion is the artistry of hair, and Hot Locks is here to help you achieve your perfect image. You can call us at 727-514-9978.
All right, guess what? We're back, And you should, Drew said this earlier, we should be recording what we talk about off because it's exactly what we're going to talk about on. So it just doesn't make any sense. But anyway, so we're going to talk about some of the problems that people have come across.
Okay.
Right. Now, you mentioned tennis elbow.
That was me.
Right. And shoulders, knees, right?
And
the whole body when you're stressing and stuff.
Yeah.
But on the break, we were talking about mental health, PTSD, anxiety, and this is a product that helps with that. Now, we're not saying it's a cure because that's not what we're saying. We're saying that it helps. But I was talking to Drew and Christy off air that I did some research, and even back into the times with the Mongolians and the Chinese, you even mentioned the Chinese, they would find the hemp plant, not cannabis, not marijuana, but the hemp plant, and they would literally make teas and put that into their bodies because our bodies have a receptors. We've had it in our bodies since day one. It's in our DNA. Right. And CB1, I think it's CB1 and CB2.
Correct.
And the problem with the way we're running now is all of our meats they're not wild grass fed anymore. They're grains and steroids and the whole 9 yards. So our body's has not been getting the CBD that we're normally getting.
Fascinating.
So when we get sick, we go to the doctor, and the doctor says, "Oh, we'll take this steroid or take this thing right here," and it's tricking our receptors. Now that makes my mind go. Every time I hear a commercial about medical stuff on medications, well, the side effect goes this. The side effects make you go, I ain't taking that.
There's no way.
Right. And because we're trying to trick all these receptors in our bodies into feeling better.
Yeah, I never know why they're called side effects. It feels like it's just an effect.
It is an effect.
It's an effect.
It's going to
Something
happen.
that's gonna happen.
It just depends on your body and how much it's going to affect you, right?
Yeah. Right.
So, Pete, let's go to anxiety. Now, you were telling me a story about a young lady that met you at one of the events you
An
guys went to.
expo that we had a booth a few weeks ago. A beautiful little 23-year-old girl walked up to us and was looking at the CBD and asked me for some information. And I realized, talking to her, that her hands were shaking and her breathing was shallow. And she said, "I'm having a panic attack right now. And is this stuff effective with anxiety or stress?" And I said, "Well, look, hang on." I opened a bottle and gave her a dose of it just standing there and had her just hold it in your mouth. And within, seriously, 10 minutes, her hands stopped shaking and breathing got better. And she said, "I feel a lot better." It wasn't over yet, but she was feeling better. She walked away and came back to me in about an hour and hugged me. And she said, I'm like a new person. So she got herself a couple bottles of it.
Like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
That
so
is
very
absolutely...
quickly. And that specifically has to do with the ultracell and the technology that we use, but it's just CBD in general has that effect on stress and anxiety.
So let me make sure everybody understands. This is a hemp-based product.
That's
Yes,
correct.
sir.
Yeah, there's a lot of confusion out there.
There is.
And so, on a daily basis, we answer questions gladly all day long and bring education that there's a difference. There's a difference. Hemp is its own classification. And so, yes, it is in that cannabis family, but it really is its own plant. And with that, the things that we've learned about hemp and found about it, that it has these CBDs and qualities, but you can access it correctly and get it where you've minimized or really decreased that THC content. In fact, this ultracell has less than 0.0% THC, and that's printed on the bottle.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's important. That's important to us, important to a lot of people, that there's no psychotropic effect, that you're not, getting something in your system that you don't want to get. We have a doctor friend who likes to say THC gets you high, CBD gets you healthy.
That's a great way of putting that.
Yeah.
Right.
And now you were saying something about one of the people on your crew or your power team, that she went and got herself tested just to make sure she didn't get.
Right.
Because
she did.
That's a big that's one of the biggest fears is, oh my God, I'm gonna take this stuff and then I'm gonna
have a problem.
Yeah.
Right.
And she was working with people. She's in the medical industry, so she's working with other people that do get drug tested, and so she didn't want to give this product to people that would have an issue. So she just went herself, even though she doesn't need to for her job. She went herself and did 2 drug tests, I believe about a month apart, to make sure that there was no detectable THC, and perfect. Came
That's
out just
awesome.
fine. So
We always,
yeah.
suggest if take the product and speak with your employer or who's administering the test, and just
Right.
Always.
always and get clearance for
Say,
that.
I wanna
That's
take
important.
this.
Right.
It's important.
Yeah,
It's not going to affect my judgment, my mental state. It's just going to
exactly. Let them know what they'll be taking. And
Well,
be
that's
sure
Don't put
that you're
yourself
clear.
at risk, but we can say just from our personal experience that we don't know of any story where someone's shown positive on a test, and so we use the phrase non-detectable.
Right. Okay. So we were also talking off air, because it's kind of what we do. We could help try to lead in ourselves into our next segments. The body can't heal itself if it's stressed out. Right.
Struggles. It's harder to get the job done.
So with a product like this, it helps you to calm down, chill out a little bit, not get high, but just take the anxiety level down and let the body start working on itself.
Yeah,
Right?
that's true. So we have become self-studies about this system in the body. That it's very recent discovery of the system in the body within the last few years. It's called the endocannabinoid system. So we've been self-studies of that, but what we found is that it's very easy to understand that if the body has what it needs and it's in balance, it can heal itself. And so quite simply, this supplement is one that's, when you take this supplement and you ingest it, it helps that system get into balance, which allows your other systems in your body to get into balance. And when that happens, the power of the body and the healing power of the body is unlocked. So things that you're dealing with on a daily basis, that you're tired of dealing with or feel like you're going to have to put up with, those things can heal. And potentially it can be through supplementing it with this and just supplementing that system. And so when the body's in balance, it doesn't just mean an issue, an inflammation, something that you're feeling. It also is your mind.
Right.
So when we talk about these stories here, now you can start to see where someone can actually get in balance all the way through their body, mentally and physically.
Right.
Yeah.
And that would be the Ultracell, correct?
That is the full spectrum hemp oil, the Ultracell. That's
Yeah.
our flagship product.
Yeah.
Now, I know, so if I go back, if I think about it, so these guys coming back from the conflicts, the wars, stuff like that, they all suffer from PTSD. And it's not just them. I mean, you got firefighters, you got policemen that deal with this stuff on a daily basis with that. And so this would be a product that could help them as well to just kind of
It can.
take that edge off.
We always suggest, if you're just try the product. It really
Right.
is that simple. It's natural. We're talking about a botanical here. We're talking about something that we said earlier, this is one of the oldest known medicine, if you want to call it that, but healing nutrients to man. We're just talking about that. We now come full circle where here's this hemp plant that has these amazing properties in it. They're called cannabinoids. It's part of a plant, but there's also over 400 other nutrients and minerals and things inside of this that are so extremely powerful. You just take this natural supplement. There's no side effects. There's nothing that's going to harm. It could be that you're experiencing some deficiency in that system in your body, and it could be that this could help supplement that. And in fact, we were talking about this earlier, it actually revigorates your system to get it working. It's not going to one specific thing to do one thing. It's actually just giving your body what it needs to have to do the powerful things that it does to heal.
Right.
Yeah.
And so that means that once you get yourself kind of balanced back out, then you're going to start noticing the difference. You're going to start feeling better. So it's kind of amazing when we start feeling better, we start taking better care of ourselves. You
Absolutely.
eat
What's
better,
the value of
you
that?
exercise.
What's the value of feeling good?
Right, absolutely.
How do you put a value on
I
that?
believe that. For me, we actually, when we first started distributing Ultracell, we ran out. We had sold it to everyone or given it to people, and we ran out. So I thought, well, I'm okay. I won't take it for a week or so. And after about a week, I definitely could tell the aches and pains. I wasn't sleeping as well.
You don't
My
realize what you're
sleep
putting up
improvement is
with.
incredible. And I thought, wow, I felt bad before. I didn't realize, how I felt.
Yeah.
Well, now after almost a year, I'm just taking a half a dose now. because my body jump-started and is doing what it should have been doing naturally.
right.
I feel exactly the same now on a half a dose as I did initially with a full dose because this works. It
Because
makes
you
your
took
body
that stress and
start
that anxiety,
doing,
got your body balanced, and now,
Right.
so in the beginning you're going to need, and then you have a potential of doing the same thing. If it was like if I'm on it for a while, then I can go, oh hey, look, I can back off a little bit because
course.
hey, I'm not running my body ragged.
right, the opposite of a drug, the opposite of a pharmaceutical that you become resistant to and need more and more of over time. This actually has the opposite effect on the body.
That is absolutely
It's
phenomenal.
counterintuitive
great.
to a lot of degree to what's been marketed and programmed for a while here, because even with this product, the advice is start out low, start out slow, and rather it'd be better to do a little bit of a build-up than it would be to try to just take too much of it, because that's not going to do anything.
Right.
It's going to waste product, and it could potentially, for a term, say, flood the system, not accomplish what it is that you're
Right.
trying to accomplish, which is get
Oh, if
yourself.
one drop's good for me.
back on.
Five's going to be even
I'll drink
better.
the whole bottle.
Right.
Yeah.
I've actually had a couple people do that, honestly. And there's no issue.
mean,
it's not an overdose, but
yeah.
they just wasted the entire bottle.
Oh my. Oh, that's not good.
But that's why we're here, to speak, to talk, to educate, to help, to introduce this, and it takes a little bit of layers of just getting it out there, and part of that first layer is, hey, this hemp it doesn't have that psychotropic
Right.
effect. It doesn't have that. It's okay to talk about it. It's okay.
It's okay.
This is Mother Nature here, and it's been there, and it's a part of our body, our system. What we need. It's okay to talk about it. Now let's talk about the decisions to make of
Right.
which product and what you take and why you take that and how you take it and all of those things.
So when we come back, we're going to talk about each one of these products and why you need to call these folks and get yourself some of it to help balance you out.
Hi, I'm Jerry from Hot Locks Hair Salon. We are conveniently located at 13414 US Highway 19 in Hudson. I've been a local hairstylist in our community for the last 34 years, 7 of which I was an educator. Our passion is the artistry of hair, and Hot Locks is here to help you achieve your perfect image. You can call us at 727-514-9978.
that loves going to the dentist. I am going to Dr. B.
I like coming to Dr. B because it is fun.
It's a very cool place where I can play and have fun while I make my toys.
And I can watch my favorite shows on the ceiling TV while they clean my teeth.
Mom loves it because she says that they explain everything and give her the best choices.
And they also teach us how to take care of our teeth.
At Dr. B Pediatric Dentistry, we understand the individuality of each child and offer an exceptional and gentle dental care experience for all children. With our laser procedures, we are able to provide gentler treatments and faster healing time. Call us now to make an appointment.
And the best part is when we are done, we get a token from the treasure tower.
Call Dr. B's Pediatric Dentistry today.
Okay, we're back, and yes, it's the time you've all been waiting for. Actually, my time too. We're going to talk about the product. And the first product we're going to go to is the flagship product, right? Okay. It's the UltraCell.
Yeah.
Now, let's talk about the UltraCell.
Well, we love talking about the UltraCell. So we were introduced to this product, as we said earlier, through our friend and doctor, and so we got lucky. You know, we didn't know what we were getting, and he really did a great job when he sent this down to us. And what we have found with this product, and we get introduced, we've been probably introduced to over 200 different CBDs on the market now. And the reason we keep coming back full circle to Zilis and to UltraCell, this flagship product, is for, there's probably 5 or 6 components that we talk about, but really what you want to start with, and it's real simple, you want to have a natural, good product that's untouched, that doesn't have any chemicals. This hemp that we use is from Colorado, and it is certified USDA organic. So the UltraCell product, and it is certified USDA organic. It's not organically grown, it is certified. That's important, so you don't have any pesticides and chemicals and that sort of thing inside the plant. And these hemp plants, they can pull up a lot of stuff from the soil, so that's super important. You want to know where that's coming from. So that's inside the United States. So now you have a clean-based product. And so we take that, and then you want to extract that oil from it. So that extraction process, now there's variation in there. There's chemicals that could be used. There's other cheaper ways to do it.
Yeah, there's a boiling system, a heating system, a pressing system.
Right?
Yeah.
And there's a lot of companies using alcohols and chemicals to get it out because that's
so
the least expensive
you're
way to do it.
immediately polluting the organic
Contaminating product.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's a cold press process with the UltraCell, and so 21,000 pounds per square inch extracts the oil. We do it the right way. It's not the easy way, but you get all that out in its purest form, okay? And then the other part of that with that oil that's been extracted is that we've done it from the whole plant. It's full spectrum. And that's super important. You want to get everything from the plant. You don't want a piece of it. You don't want a seed. You don't want a part.
So you're not chopping top. You're pulling
the entire plant.
Clean the
every usable part of the plant, and barring root systems, but every usable part of the plant where you can extract oil from, we're taking it from. Hugely important. It's called full spectrum. Has to be done because when you absorb something, it needs to be in its fullest form. Your body needs to have every lock and key component to use because it's going to decide and it's going to pull from the buffet of what it's been given to solve the issues that it needs. When you start to give just one piece or component, it actually messes with the system, okay? Because there's many more than CBDs in here. It's not just CBD. There's CBN and CB. There's over 130
different CBDs in the hemp plant.
Yeah. In this bottle.
And in the hemp plant.
In the hemp plant, it's at least from our sourcing. And on top of that, there's 400 other nutrients and minerals and vitamins that are inside there. There's fatty acids, there's magnesium, and all of these things form in combinations that might reflect in someone getting better sleep or getting this experience or that, because botanicals have side benefits, not side effects. So you need to have everything from the plant. That's super important. Okay, so then it gets to the processing part, and it gets to the point where it wants to get put into the bottle. And here's where this company really begins to shine and show its difference, and that is that it is a science company first. Zilis and what they've put behind the UltraCell is that they have looked at this, and our Dr. Derek Da Silva, our Chief Medical Officer, he's a founding president of the American Nutraceutical Association, comes with many years of experience. He looked at this and looked at this oil that we've got, and he understands that oil and water don't mix. And they don't mix inside the body. So when you buy a standard CBD oil, as good as it possibly could be, And let's just say I slide $1 across to you. You're going to slide me back 3 cents. But let's say if you're feeling prosperous and you want to give me about 6 cents back, that's not a very good deal. Okay, well, that's what's happening when you're buying standard CBD oil, because only 3 to 6% of it is actually absorbed in your body.
Oh, wow.
So what's important is not what you take, but what is absorbed.
Right.
All right. So with our science coupled on top of this organic-based product, what happens is we reverse that. And this chart's representative of that, where now with our studies, our independent third-party studies that we have completed, that have been completed through the Mayo Clinic, are showing that we're getting up to 94% bioavailability with this product. So now you've taken Mother Nature,
Right.
and you've given it science and engineering and a lever of power to then get it into the system and get it absorbed. So that's why we have so many stories of people having these great positive results. We have stories of people that are using other product and then trying the Ultracell and having a much greater result from
30 times greater than a standard CBD oil.
Wow.
So
And its
you
absorption.
should, if you switch to this, you'll feel it. You
Okay.
can feel the difference in it.
So now I'm reading on here, it says bioavailable for 12 hours.
Yes, so this is actually the second study that we have seen, and we have yet to see another organization perform this type of study. So this is third party, and there were 20 individuals that we were basically plugged into the machines, and they were given the Ultracell product. And the study was to find out how fast and how long does it stay in the system. And the study was designed to go 12 hours. Now, the original thoughts, as we understand it, were at some point this line was going to break down and you were going to show a drop-off
Right.
of this. That didn't happen. You had all these individuals plugged into the machines. You have to, let them go. And so at the end of that study, there was still showing that high level of sustained
In the bloodstream.
yeah, Ultracell in the bloodstream, for that extended period of time.
Right.
So, this is
That's very exciting. I mean,
See-
it's if you know anything about this, that is really exciting to be able
It
to apply
is.
that kind of technology to an oil, and because that's a common issue in nutraceuticals forever. Vitamin E, CoQ10, any sort
Yep.
of oil, you don't
Yeah.
absorb much. Turmeric, you only absorb 1% of that.
Exactly.
How
We
to
love-
apply science to
Yeah,
that.
we love how this company solved that problem. That problem of bioavailability. That's why people will walk down the store aisle and get confused, because you start to see 100 different bottles, and you
Yeah.
start to see 1,500 and 2,000 and 3,000 milligrams, and every time that happens, the price goes up. And so why is that? You got to ask yourself the question, why is that? Well, the price is going up because they're having to add more plant product. And they're raising all those milligrams because they have to throw more at you to get
Right.
it into your system.
Exactly.
This company has decided we're not going to solve it that way. We're going to take real science and we're going to couple it with the best organic product out there, and we're going to solve it that way. We're going to take the confusion out of it. We're going to get you a product that works, fast impact, long lasting.
And 12, even if I would be impressed with 8 hours, to be honest with
Right.
you.
Yeah.
So, because that typically is, you can take some medications and it's supposed to be all day long, and then 4 or 5 hours later, you're like, oh, what happened? It just kind of just went away, and now you're either hurting again, or you're in pain, or you can't think straight, or migraines. I mean,
Exactly.
that's a big deal. I mean, that's
a big
huge,
deal.
because that can get you in the morning. So if you took that in the morning, and then right before you went to bed, you've got a 24-hour cycle that you're
We know
covered.
at least that, because we had to let everybody go home. I say we, they did. I wasn't there at the Mayo Clinic, but
Go
they had to
home,
let
go
people
away,
go
come
home
back
after
tomorrow.
12
Yeah.
hours. It wasn't dropping out of their bloodstream. So right now we have no idea
Yeah.
how long it actually stays in the
Wow.
Yeah.
bloodstream. But we know that it's 12 hours, a minimum. So as a dosing, we'll tell people, take it in the morning, take it again at dinner time or shortly before bed, and half, and we know it's staying with you all.
And what's
all
the
time.
typical dose?
1 milliliter is a full dose for an
okay.
adult.
Adult, okay. And for
And it is
children,
pet
half
friendly.
that?
For children, I think tend to go a little bit more by their weight and,
Okay.
and reduce the dose based on. You can't overdose on it. It's not
No,
a problem, but
right.
to not be wasteful of the product. And then with pets, similar. It's
Oh,
by
pets.
weight. We give
This
it to
is
our
safe for
horse.
pets, too.
Mhm. Our
It
daughter
is.
gives it to our horse, and it
Wow.
changed his life and hers.
Yeah, we have some personal stories there that will really just wow you. I mean, we're talking about a 1,000-pound animal taking 1 milliliter of this a day. Fluid movement, joints.
Wow.
He had
working well.
arthritis.
Oh, yeah.
arthritis,
Okay. And then the
so
horse, that's a very bad thing.
It was hard.
Yeah. So all of our furry friends have the same system in their body that we have, all vertebrates basically. So this product and CBDs will work with pets. What's important is you don't want to start adding ingredients in there that don't need to be in there.
Right.
Preservatives and different various things that can hurt an animal. Things that we could potentially absorb and digest as a human might be very, very bad for a pet. Well,
Right.
we're not adding any of those things in here. You know, we're keeping it very clean, and by doing that, then it makes it pet friendly.
I've got several veterinarians that are really good friends of mine, and a couple of them have products for their dogs, or actually for animals. We have like one called Cool Pet, and it was for joints.
Right.
But I know for a fact that to get his product to market, he had to jump through more hoops and more testing than they do for human
Wow.
products.
Wow.
I'm like,
red tape.
you got to be kidding me. But and this is FDA,
Wow.
right?
Well, it's a supplement.
Supplement,
okay?
right.
So,
FDA doesn't.
So you don't have to worry about it. So this is just been. But
there's no prescription.
Right.
It's completely within all legal limits of the CBD
That is
regulations.
absolutely phenomenal. We were going to try to get all the products in, so we're going to come back.
Okay.
And I'm going to go ahead and throw to a commercial, and we will come back, and then we'll talk about the other 3 products and how you can find these folks and get a hold of them and either get signed up to work with them on their team or just get your own self the product. So we'll be right back after these messages.
Hi, I'm Jerry from Hot Locks Hair Salon. We are conveniently located at 13414 US Highway 19 in Hudson. I've been a local hairstylist in our community for the last 34 years, 7 of which I was an educator. Our passion is the artistry of hair, and Hot Locks is here to help you achieve your perfect image. You can call us at 727-514-9978.
Okay, we're back. I know, one product, one whole segment, but you know what? The product stands on its own. And there's one thing that we forgot to mention. Those have different flavors.
That's right.
because some of the CBD oils that I have tried, and I have tried them, taste like dirt or burnt cigarettes. And I know they're not supposed to taste that way, but that's just the way I taste them. I'm like, oh my goodness.
That's what we hear.
And the berry, I have tried the berry. I like the berry.
Flavored with acai berry. So
Yeah.
no artificial flavors at all. But it's
Acai.
flavored with acai berry.
Yeah, berry and lemon.
Berry and see,
Yeah.
two of the best
And
flavors.
you know, it's 50-50. It's funny. You know, some people just like the berry and some prefer the lemon, but in either instance, it works. They're two
Right.
great flavors. Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to move on to the next one. It's called Ultra Dream.
Okay.
The Ultra Dream. Now, you say you have taken this to help sleep, correct?
Ultra Dream is, those other 3 products are designed to be boosters to go along with the CBD. They are non-hemp, so no hemp in them at all, but they are still designed to work with that endocannabinoid system in the body.
Right.
And they also all contain our ultracell process that makes typically difficult absorption very easy to absorb.
Right.
So the Ultra Dream is one probably a lot of women out there have the same issue I do. It's tough sleeping, but I've always been that way, light sleeper. And the Ultra Dream, take a few drops of it at night. Taking a full dropper is a very bad idea because you will
really?
sleep way too
Start
long.
small,
Yeah.
always.
So a few drops of that and sleep great, and actually need less sleep than I typically used to. So
And these are all natural. Again, they're all plant-based. They're speaking to the endocannabinoid system that we're talking about. That circles back to the science of this company, and what we're really designed to do is not just be a fly-by-night type
Right.
of this. They're really in this for what it's about and making products that work, with that system. So all of that science is built into there, and none of that, a drug or other chemical type of reaction is in there.
It's not the alcohol or any stuff like that to help you sleep. It's an actual true.
it's not the over-the-counter sleep
Right,
aids or
Which
anything. This is totally
I'm
natural.
guilty. I'm guilty. I've had a lot of times I turn to ZzzQuil
Oh, I've done it
just
too.
to help me get just to knock me out. Sometimes.
Unisom, ZzzQuil, those. I've done it too.
And here's what's even worse. Sometimes I knew I just couldn't sleep, so I'll take a cold medication like NyQuil or something like that just to knock me out, so I can at least get
you
6-7 hours of
sleep a
sleep.
little
Yeah,
bit.
yeah.
But that Dream
Yeah.
should not need to do that. A few drops of it, and it's beautiful sleep.
Might have to try that now. Okay, this next product is Ultra Ice.
Yeah.
What-
Ultra Ice is phenomenal. Really, if you listen to the word, it's designed to be an anti-inflammatory. It's ice to heat. So if anyone is familiar with turmeric,
Yes.
turmeric is a very powerful natural anti-inflammatory, but we only absorb about 1% of whatever we swallow.
Right.
So it's very difficult to get that in the body in the kind of quantity that you need. Well, we've used our ultracell technology with some other things other than turmeric, other natural botanical products, but it's loaded with turmeric, and it absolutely is a wonderful anti-inflammatory.
Now,
My
is
dad
this-
is swearing by it for his arthritis, and I take it for headaches.
So this is oral,
It is just
not
everything.
put on skin.
No, absolutely.
So I was thinking of the Ultra Ice. Okay, this is like a liquid Bengay.
Right.
No.
It's turmeric. So it's turmeric that's absorbable at 90 up to 94%.
Wow.
Research shows us that taking things, orally and ingesting it is the way to get this into your system
Right.
and really get it through to dissipate.
Well, there's
out.
one other way, but I prefer not to put that dropper there.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Just saying.
Well, this
Just
is,
saying.
and so we, along the way, when these were introduced, we were sort of figuring them out. You know,
Right.
so the Ultracell CBD is definitely the flagship. This is what we recommend to try. If this
Right.
is one you want to
Driver.
try this first. And then you can come over and start to add some of these. Like the ice is really good to just, if you have some type of an episode or something you experience in the day,
Injury.
in the afternoon or something, then take a dropper of ice, knowing that you've already been taking the
Right.
Ultracell. So we've learned to kind of play around with it and what the power of those
The ice
combinations
is
can do.
for
I
that
fall-
headaches and injuries. And
I
any
fall
kind
down
of-
a lot.
Right, there you go.
Okay.
I trip over my own. You
So
can
we
ask
want to get to the
everybody
root
here.
cause of what that
I
is.
am like
Maybe
clutch.
we need to go back to this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your balance a little bit.
There you go.
Right.
So now, this next product, the Ultra Edge. Now, I like this product.
Right. You've been
This
using
is
it.
better than having a shot of coffee or espresso
Oh, yeah.
because you don't peak and drop. this, you get up, and I leveled out. I mean, it took me one day for it to finally take effect, and then the next 2 days, because we were at a home show, and I took this to keep me just focused, because I'm a squirrel guy. You know, oh, hey, I want to jump over. Oh, that's cool. Oh, I want to go talk. And I drive my guys crazy because, I'm going to go talk to them. No, I'm going to talk to them. And they were like, oh, wait, whoa. We've already got people coming. We're scheduled. And I took this, and I wasn't like that. I was not a little more. I was a lot more focused. My guys were very proud of me because I wasn't going and grabbing people and bringing them back over and go interview them. And then we had a line of 12, 15 people that we had to interview. We never could. So that leveled me out. It got me good. And then I took it when I came back here and we had to edit all those interviews.
Okay.
I loved it.
Okay.
So what makes this the bomb?
If I may, the testimonies speak for themselves, but with our words, I love this Edge product. I mean, this is designed for cognitive support, awareness support in the day. And so what happens, so now you can start to make sense of what we have going on here. We have this Ultracell CBD where we've unlocked all of these nutrients from the hemp plant. And now you can see what's happening here where we're starting to focus on sleep, because we're never really fully asleep these days. And then we're never really fully awake. So what's happening in the day is we're taking stimulants. Now, I love the taste of coffee and the flavor of coffee, but it has it will cause some jitters and some things with me that I don't like. I don't like some of that after effect. And on top of that, it's really just stimulating the body. It's getting you kind of rev, but what is it really doing to your mind mentally? So we are pro coffee. There's a lot of great benefits for that, but this Edge is designed to come in and really stimulate the mind internally at a cognitive level. So we're talking about, intuition, thought, focus. So I love this product. I call it the energy drink killer, and because it's something, there's a lot of those that are being consumed on a daily basis. They're expensive. And if you've seen any of the videos of what can happen to the insides when you take those things, it's kind of scary stuff. So this is, again, back to that all-natural process, all-natural plants, no harmful ingredients, something that you can take that's really designed for Mother Nature to stimulate you that way. And to your testimony, to mine personally, and to others, I mean, this is a fantastic product that really brings focus and clarity.
So for all you editors out there and you gamers,
that's right.
Instead of slamming red, I'm not going to say the name, and I'm talking about this would be the product. This, a glass of ice water.
Perfect.
You're better
healthy,
off.
Give it a shot.
Natural, and it works on the mind as well as the body. Doesn't, like Drew said, doesn't just rev up the body. It works both, so it really increases your focus. And the definition of cognition, one of the words is creativity.
That's right.
So cognitive support for someone like you who's in a creative field, cognitive support is important. Creativity, it should improve that.
Okay, so we've talked about the product. Let's talk about how people find you and get involved with you.
Sure, absolutely. We have put together a website. I believe it's been up on the screen.
It has. Yeah. He's been doing it good. Well, right there it is.
Yeah,
right there.
Fit Family CBD. So that's a great way to access the Ultracell product, and we're going to be adding the boosters here as well. So that's one way. We are reachable by phone. We're so dedicated to this cause. We're working 7 days a week on this. So we're sitting down with people one-on-one and educating. We're speaking. We're taking every chance we can to get in front of people and educate. So we could certainly, you can reach out to us by phone at 727-753.
I think he actually has that number up there. We have the 918-1305
So either
number.
That's fine as well. That's a direct line to
But the
Christy.
best way is go to the website. It's got all the information.
Website, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It does. It has some testimonies up there. Now we're kind of building that out, So not everything is there, but it's a great start, and it's a great way to access us. And we want everyone to know we're fully accessible to talk and educate and make it. And we'll spend the time with somebody one-on-one until they get to the comfort level that they say, I want to give this product a shot.
Yeah, I remember the first time, I met you at a networking group meeting, and then we got together, and it was supposed to be for 5-10 minutes, and it wound up being an hour and a half, almost 2 hours. I'm pretty sure Chris is like, where did he go and why is he not back yet?
No, it's usually a good sign. It means he's having a good time and with somebody he likes. So that's good.
Yeah.
So to me, this is just a no-brainer. It really is.
You know what? We're very fortunate how it got introduced to us, and it's been a lot of feeling and a lot of heart into this and just taking that next step. And we have been so lucky with this company, with this product. And then we know the more people we can help in the world, I mean, the chance you have to help more people, you got to take that opportunity.
Right.
And we saw with this, how many lives can we help by doing this? But we can't do it all on our own. We need help. We need support. We're looking for people like-minded, like us, that might be looking for an opportunity to do the same. Might be looking to work with us, looking to work with this product to help us distribute this out to the world. We need people that would be also interested to look at that opportunity and sit down and talk with us and say, how can I get involved too with this company and this product and be able to get that out into people.
And I know I've probably already said that, but this is a product that when we first sat down and we talked about how the system works, whole 9 yards, and I went, but the great thing about this is, and I'm going to use your word, it's like a Costco side of it as well. I can just call you and say, hey, I need some product.
Absolutely.
Which most of the Philly MLMs, whatever you want to call them, you can't do that. You have to sign up. You got to become a guy. You have to be a downline. And then you can get the product. And then you're not even there to get the product. You're there to get another person.
Right now.
But this is all about the product.
All about the product.
And the product, I'm telling you, is absolutely phenomenal. And with that being said, go to their website. Make sure you find them. Get hooked up. Christy and Drew, they're awesome people. Great product. And you know what? I'm going to bring this on Nerd Talk because Nerd Talk is this is just our world all into itself. Thanks for watching today. We will see everybody next week on Focus on a Business. You have a great weekend.